Hello everybody, welcome to my channel. I am Venus. Today I have a nice gentle yoga stretch for you, and this is Ling Ling. She'll be joining us today. We're going to stretch a lot through the neck area, the shoulders, the back, and the hips, and some of the legs, so a full body, and this is for any level. We'll go ahead and start on the floor, on your mat, seated. And you can bring your feet out in front of you into your staff pose. You're pressing through the heels, sitting up tall through the back. Come to your breath. Feel the breath clear to the bottom of your stomach. Breathing in and out of your nose. And then go ahead and pull your foot in by your thigh into your one-legged fold here. You're going to gently walk your fingers down, keeping the back as straight as you can. We're going to keep this active. Pretty much in the morning, your shoulders are probably tight, your back's probably tight, the legs, everything's pretty tight till you walk around and get loosened up. Take a couple breaths here. And then if you can, walk your hands down a little further. Even rest your elbows on the mat. Couple breaths here. And then bring your head all the way down, resting your forehead on the top of your leg. Feel a nice stretch all through the bottom of your leg, your thighs, your calf. And if you're pushing through your foot, you can even feel it all along the bottom area of your foot. Take a couple more deep breaths here, in and out through the nose. Clearing your mind. Just staying focused on your breath. Gently come back up. And we're going to bring that other leg down. And bring the opposite leg back in by the thigh. Again, you're going to gently walk your fingertips out, keeping the back as straight as you can. Take a few breaths here. And then come down even further, just however far your leg allows. You'll feel a lot of stretch underneath at the hamstrings, underneath the knee, down the calf, and you're pushing into that heel, getting a stretch along the bottom of your foot. Come down a little more, resting the elbows down. Really push up through the shoulders, really keeping a natural curvature there of your back before coming all the way down, resting your head on your shin. And then you'll come all the way back up gently. And then you're going to bring the leg up and come into your butterfly pose. Bandha Konasana. You can keep your knees, your heels in close to your thighs. Feel a really nice stretch. If you bring your heels out a little bit further, you'll feel a nice stretch on the outside of your hips. Or you can even bring them into your diamond pose and then go ahead and slip both hands underneath. Really round through the shoulders again. We're keeping this passive. Your palms are facing up. Just resting your forehead. on your feet. And then gently turn the hands over and bring them out. Let's bring that leg back down and bring your heel up and cross it over your knee. I'm going to be on my right side here. And then you're going to take your hand and hook it around your knee, sitting up as tall as you can through the spine. No curving there. Look back over the shoulder. Let's take one more breath. And then come back around. You're going to bring that foot to the inside of your leg, but not clear in. I want you to leave it out a little bit so you can come into your baby wild thing. You're going to take your hand and just bring the other hand back behind you and then roll on up onto that knee and really reach up overhead. And then wherever your neck is comfortable is where you can place your head, play around a little bit. And then gently come back down. And then we'll bring the opposite leg over, foot by the knee, and you're going to hook around the knee again with your hand, pressing up straight through the spine, looking back over the shoulders, breathing. As you exhale, you'll notice you can turn further in that move. And again, playing around where your head feels the best. And then gently come around. You're going to bring the other foot by the knee. Bring it up just a little bit. You're going to have a space there. Adjust on the mat if you need to. And then swoop your hand around. You're going to come into the baby wild thing on the opposite side. Here to kind of play around and see where your head is the most comfortable. And smile. Feel a nice stretch through that whole side of the body. And then gently come back down, gently, gently. And then you're going to swing your legs around. We're going to come into our tabletop pose. Breathing here. Do just a few rounds of cat and cow. This is one of my favorite. Breathe out, exhale. Inhale to come to cow. Again, follow your move with your breath. Just going slow. There's no rush. This is a gentle, easy yoga today. One more time, and let's bring this one all the way back into child's pose. Walk the hands out in front, keeping the elbows lifted. A little bit of activation in the arms and shoulders. Breathing, navels to spine. Press back through the hips. You're pressing your hands and your hips away from one another. One more breath, and we'll come up into our downward facing dog. You're going to come forward, tuck the toes under, Hands are under the shoulders. Feet about hip width distance apart. You're going to press back through the hips. You can sway the hips side to side. And then come all the way up, and we'll do a gentle plank here, forward and down. We're going to come into our cobra pose. Just lifting up slightly, elbows together, pelvis pressed in on the mat for support of your lower back. Top of the feet pressed into the mat. And then gently rise up. And then come back down. We'll press up again. And back down. And then come back up into your downward facing dog. And pedal out the feet. Keeping the fingertips in the mat. If it's easier, I come up a little bit higher on the wrists. And then go ahead and walk forward till you come about the middle of the mat. And then slowly come down into your forward fold. And you can walk your hands over to one side of your feet as far back as you can go. And then come back to the other side. So a nice stretch through the hip area, the arms, shoulders. And then step back into that downward facing dog. And you're going to come down into your puppy stretch. Bringing the hands out in front of you. Keeping the knees up high. And then slowly stretching all the way down. You can either play here. You can have your chin on the mat if your neck permits. If it doesn't, just rest your forehead on the mat. Again, just gently play back and forth. Three breaths here. And then come on up. Walk your knees all the way up, and we're going to come down onto our backs. All the way down, melting your shoulders into the mat. Your upper back, your lower back into the mat. Tuck the tailbone under. Breathing your knees up. Go ahead and place one knee over the opposite knee into your reclined pigeon. And we'll rock back and forth here. Getting a little bit more opening through the hips. And then go ahead and bring your knee and foot up. Pressing the knee open with your elbow. Bring that back foot up. And rotate through the ankles. And point and flex. Pull your knee in. And bring the leg down. And we'll switch here. I'm going to bring the other ankle to your knee. Rocking side to side. And then lifting that back knee up. Keeping them shoulders melted into the mat. Again, you can rotate through the ankle. Point and flex through the foot. And then bring your foot back down. And we'll take a gentle bridge pose here. You're going to bring your heels to your glutes. Press the shoulders into the mat. There shouldn't be any pressure on the top part of your body. You're going to be using the strength of your glutes, your hamstrings, and your thighs to bring you up. Keep the knees close together. Let's take a few breaths here. One more breath. Gently come down. Let's pull our knees into our chest. Rock side to side. And if you want to, you can relax here in Savasana, your final resting pose. Breathing, relaxing through the forehead, the jaw, your shoulders, your back, your arms. And if this is something you're doing before work, if you want to go ahead and grab behind the knees and roll yourself up, you could do that too. And let's take a quick circle with our nose. Big wide circle. Loosen up a little more through the neck. And then looking straight ahead, you're going to drop the left ear down to the left shoulder, bringing the right arm out, pressing into the wrist and the hand, and then nod your head yes. Trying to keep your ear close to that shoulder. And then bring the hand down and gently raise your head back up. Then you're going to place your right ear over the right shoulder. Left arm comes out, pushing into the wrist. Nodding the head, yes. And then gently bring the head back up. And drop the head down and kind of rock side to side. I want to thank you so much for joining me, everybody. I hope that gave you a nice little bit of stretch for your day to get started. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please do. I always appreciate it. And I look forward to seeing you on the mat as soon as even tomorrow. Everybody have a beautiful day. Let's take a deep breath in. Palms together at the heart space. Oh. Namaste.